Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, Hyphens Classics. Today, well, you've already seen the title for this video, so let's just get straight into it. Okay guys, so first challenge is the inside. Now, one thing I've already thought about is you'll possibly see just down here there's a couple of little metal straps, and they go from this to this. Those metal straps hold this kind of piece of plastic down from memory, and if the plan is to remove this piece of plastic and not have it in here, then this will move around, as you can see there. So that moves around a bit, so could be a challenge in what we do with that. The other challenge I've got, while I've got all my hands-free cameras supposedly stuff now, I now need a light in here, and I'm using my hands for that. So that will be the next challenge, of making sure we've got good lighting in here. So the first thing is we're going to do is we're going to pop off this surround, so that just pulls up. Now this knob will pull up. Now this is the challenge. I probably need two hands. Let's hope the lighting doesn't get too... But this has to pull up, he says. Of course it does. Right, well, as you can tell, that's working wonderfully well so far. Wonder if we can get a foot over this side. Having a handbrake on is not... Right, there we go. Maybe it's just an angle thing. Right, so we've got that off. So it'll help us get through, down and out. Let's get that lighting back over here. So, as we can see now, obviously this is not going to go down and through, so we'll need some cutters, he says, thinking about what he's got here and going, don't think I've got any of them. I'll have to go and get some cutters so we can cut that zippy tie off and then pull this off. What we can see inside from here at the moment, as we can see the old gear shifter. It's obviously quite well sealed in here. We've got some cabling that comes up here, so it'll be interesting to see how this all sits. Right, while we're here though, we can get underneath. It's a little bit easier to pop this out. Now from memory, there's these little clips that ping everywhere and disappear sometimes on this. Yeah, I can see a few that have dropped down already, but no big deal. We'll sort that out later. Yeah, you can see there's little clips. You might be able to see these little clips in here. We'll pull those out in just a moment. Next thing, I need to get rid of this and all the crap that I've collected over the years. All sorts of rubbish I don't need to use. Right, so that's all that. Tuck that out of the way. Oh, one Wi-Fi network antenna removal tool, of course. Okay, so now we've got some Phillips screws there. Now to get these out, I think we need to take these tubes out as well. So, right, light and face. Okay. Sorry about this, there will be times when there may be no video. Or we may have, sorry, there may be times where we'll skip just a little bit, as it's probably a little bit awkward for me to hold everything, you know, light and work on it. I've gone back to the days of not having my, you know, having to hold my camera and do stuff. I've gone back to that in one fell swoop, haven't I? Right, that's that one out. Sorry if you can't see this. I'm just how to explain this and put this on video. I'm just undoing the, he says, the cables for the heated seats, and right, now these don't come up, there's a little bit on the bottom, so you drop them down out. Right, there we go, sorry, we drop them down out. So as you can see, some time back when I was trying to get rid of rattles, I put these little felt feet on it, and I put a bit of not electrical, it's wire wrapping tape, because it's like a material rather than a plastic. So we'll put those around the back. We don't need those at the moment. Right, we've got some clippers. They're a little bit industrial, but hopefully we can get in. I just really don't want to wreck anything now. Of course, the next challenge I have, yeah, so best thing to do is, rather than trying to snip when you got big pliers, just grab the actual head of the zippy tie and go through that. Alright, one zippy tie, we'll find some good place to get rid of that. Now, how does this actually, should that just pull off there, he says, hopefully, or does this, oh yeah, good. Right, that's off. Now, this bit comes off. Right, now we have to go underneath. So what we have to do, the gear stick is somewhere under here. I'm hoping, he says, that we can get all this undone. So we've got some spanners. We're gonna start by undoing this. This 15mm on my car. I don't know what it'll be on, if it's the same for everybody, but this is an aftermarket exhaust, and these are some bolts that I put on it. They're not the ones that came with the car or with the kit. So, oh geez, this top one's always great fun to get to. I'll be completely honest. Can't say I've ever enjoyed working on this top one. That's loosened off enough. I think we can. Oh, come on. Right. When you're working on these, make sure you're not directly underneath the opening, because there's all sorts of crap that will come out. Here we go. Now we have to go and get my 10mm for undoing those. Right, if we can still see, let's get the light down here now. This is one thing I didn't actually clean up and paint actually when I did the underneath, was this metal bracket. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Didn't happen though. Let me get some of this on footage. I've probably got both my arms in the way at the moment, but I really need to support this as I undo the last one. I don't need it falling down on the light or etc. Or me. Shouldn't hit me, but right, let's see how far down this will sit. Right, here's one of those funny little washer things. These two would have been off when we did the underside of the. These two would have been off when we did the underside of the car at the rear, and I may have. Yeah, it looks like I put some rust protection paint on them. The problem is, I could actually do something like that for the others, but that stuff's not here. It's up at the other area that it's where I normally work. Just up in there, you could probably just see there's a little, I'm thinking it's going to be an 8mm, and I'm going to undo it because I'm pretty sure it's probably holding on to this, which means a lot of holding and moving of stuff. Joy, 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 joy. I can see it. Let me show you. Okay, here you go, everybody. So it looks nice and clean up here. Once you get it, don't have a look. So once you have a look under here, it's nice and clean, isn't it? This lovely, I guess, greeny colour is exactly the colour that was underneath. It's obviously the primer they use, I believe, on these cars. and it was certainly what had rotted when we looked certainly down the back. Just checking a couple of things we can see there, making sure everything looks alright. So the only challenge now I have is making sure I can get to these two nuts just there. I need to get to, what are they? Torques, I think. Yeah, Torques. I need to spend more money on equipment. Right, here, there's a clip there, and you can't, oh for goodness sake, two clips there, but that just sort of sits in, so we don't worry about that part. We're going to worry about this part here. So we're going to just push this bit in. Yep, and that's come down, and hopefully then this will come back. Ooh, he says. This will come back enough. The light disappears on me again. I love working in the darkness. Frustration. Oh, wait. Those nuts I can still see. So these rear nuts are out. We can still see those front nuts in there. So this, your back is undone. These are not. And this one that I was undoing for like a, seems like a very long time, is still very done up there. But the problem is, when I consider how much I've undone it, this should be out by now. So I'm hoping there's not a problem. Hey, there we go. Right, now, before we try and take this plug actually out, which I don't think we're going to be able to be honest, easily, because this frickin' exhaust pipe and everything else, this is going to be a massive challenge, I think. A bigger challenge than I thought, he says. This is a bit brutal, this thing, but it gets underneath, but with this metal shroud that's in the way, I think what we're going to have to do is we moved it back. Now I want to try and move it forward and just get it right out of the way. That had to come out. This would have never come out. Now, a challenge of pulling this thing off. I think it would definitely be a lot easier if the exhaust wasn't here, but unfortunately, like I said before, I don't think that's something I'm going to be able to achieve. Can't remember if I mentioned now, but I want to mention it anyway. So when I thought about doing this, I've got a friend with a lift, and I thought to myself, yes, that would be perfect. But then I thought to myself, you know what, if other people are going to be doing this and they want to know how easy or difficult it is, then putting on a lift is a bit unfair, because there aren't too many people around who are going to say, oh yeah, I've got a lift, oh, I've got a mate with a lift. So this is why I went with this. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to, there you go, decided to get a bit violent with it because I'm sick of waiting for that. Right, we're back at it. I've just got some bigger persuasion tools here, and with any luck, some of these will work. I really don't know. Seems a bit crazy, really. I can't work out how to get these things off. I know in one video I watched, I don't know if I explained it already, they bolted this thing back up again, which I seem to be struggling to do. That's not going to work, is it? Ow. That was nice, just punched myself in the face. Yes! Jeepers. Well, I hope God got it on film. That was, gosh. I don't know how this other one comes off, because that's, I mean, look at it. We've got no room to pop this off. How's that gonna freaking work? Looking at force between this and that. Not sure how we got that off yet. There's a lot of force on that. Really concerned to get this off. Something's going to break. I'm thinking it's going to take something to double act. Thinks something like that. Did that pop free? Something happened. Yes! Success! Woohoo! Oh, I'm sorry. I think my body, my whole everything was in the way of that. Right, so fun challenge. I've popped them off. I'm going to have to give you a bit of a demonstration at some point somehow, but I used a combination of crowbars and stuff. Right, everybody. So since I had my big head in the way, I just wanted to show you how I popped this one off. Obviously, this one was right pain. I just used a pinch bar at the end of the day. Obviously, I don't have one here, but it was basically getting underneath it and using the edge of this. You will damage it slightly, so unless there's some other way of putting like a thick screwdriver or some other bar underneath it so you can get underneath it. It's possibly another way of doing it. But more importantly, with this one here, I was trying to get the pinch bar in here and then onto this nylon, but the nylon is obviously quite soft, and you know, you could do some damage. So what I ended up doing is I put a bar underneath here, and you know, you can move things around so it makes it a little bit easier. And then obviously the the cable comes in and it's connected like this, and so I went in behind it onto that, so I had something to lever against, and then pushed this way, and I've also got now this left hand lever is also pushing against the whole nylon piece and not just the edge of it. So that's how I did it. Just so you know, again, it was just pushing that off to pop that one off. This one came off in the end. With that process, it was certainly a lot easier to get off than this one, but I just wanted to show you how that side of it worked. Alright, one clip, we need to keep these clips. I think we need these in the as we do the other bit. The other fun challenge I'm hoping is not too much of a challenge, is not going to be too much of a difficulty, he says, is popping these things back on the other part, the Coolerworx. Seriously. Ow! Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Bastard. Absolute bastard. But it's out! Woohoo! Right guys, we've finally got the old gear stick out. Now, there's a couple of challenges there, but there you go, it's done. Now, I've shown you quite a lot of the content there. Hopefully it's not too boring. I'm trying to find that balance between showing you all of the challenges I've had and how I got it out versus just, you know, speeding through a lot of it. So we're going to end the episode there because it is just over 30 minutes long. So I imagine you skip through most of it, or some of it. But hopefully there's some lessons learned there for everybody. In the next episode, we'll put the Coolerworx in. So looking forward to see that one. Take care for now.